Welcome to the Bluestocking Circle podcast, Lady Nerds on Popular Culture. We're your hosts, Gricel,
Kat,
and B.
This is Minisode 28.5, follow-up and first impressions. Before we begin, I would like to make an announcement. Because life, I will be taking an extended hiatus from the show, returning in June for an as-yet-to-be-finalized work, and semi-regularly thereafter. Kat will be taking over as host with more permanent host duties, which she will share shortly.
I think this is all an excuse to get out of watching The Matrix.
It's all my master plan. I've been planning it for 3 years.
Well, I'm happy to be taking over as more permanent host duties, and we will miss you and look forward to your return.
You guys can still find me on the socials, though, so I will be semi-active in the background.
The podcast as a whole is also taking a very brief hiatus of 1 month. Our Christmas special this year is going to be our final episode until next year's February episode, so we will return on February 1st with Kat's First Pick, which you'll hear about in First Impressions in a few minutes.
Yay!
Yay!
I get to just listen this time. Okay, so do we have anything else to discuss before we go into our first impressions?
I have a random reading rec in honor of one of Darcy's quotes. The quote, if you recall, was, "I certainly have not the talent which some people possess of conversing easily with those I have never seen before. I cannot catch their tone of conversation or appear interested in their concerns, as I often see done." That is #relatable. And Lizzie replies to that, of course, that he should practice. And there is a book I just read that is all about this idea, called Sorry I'm Late, I Didn't Want to Come, One Introvert's Year of Saying Yes by Jessica Pan. It's a memoir about a shy introvert practicing talking to people in exceedingly extreme ways, from asking questions of strangers on the street to doing stand-up comedy. And as an extremely shy introvert myself, I found this book hilarious, and I strongly recommend it for all the fellow Darcys and Amelies out there in the world.
It sounds so good. I'm already hooked. I want to read this immediately, and I feel like I'm going to also be recommending it to other people that I know who need to practice talking to strangers, as I do myself.
I think talking to a microphone for the last 2 years has definitely started you on this road.
This has been a terrifying experience, not gonna lie.
But at least there's no live audience watching us, as there would be if we were doing stand-up comedy.
That's true.
Well, I also have a quick recommendation. This is a movie recommendation. I went yesterday to see the movie Knives Out by Ryan Johnson.
Don't spoil it.
I
I'm
went
dying
to
to see this.
I know, but it just goes, you're going to like it, I think. I don't want to build it up too much. But after having read Agatha Christie and sort of delved into that world, this was really fun, and I liked it a lot.
It's very good. I highly recommend. I had a good time. Good time had by all.
Yeah, it was so fun, and it was really well done and updated to a modern setting, and also set in America, so he kind of plays with more, like, American character tropes rather than, like, the stuffy English ones that you often see in these kinds of mysteries. And I was also guessing until the end about the actual mystery, so I highly recommend. And no spoilers. I'm not saying anything else, just that it's good.
I will say, I really enjoyed the casting choices, and I thought the actors did a really good job portraying all their characters.
I agree. Yeah, I thought the casting was really good. I won't say anything else, because there was one particular thing that did surprise me.
No.
But I'll talk to you about it off air.
I am shunning anyone who spoils this movie for me.
It's actually the first movie I've seen all year that I actually wanted to see when we went to the movies.
Yeah, it was good. There's one brief thing that I'll say, that there was a small moment where a character was watching Murder, She Wrote, and it made me, like, in the theater, like, gasp and go, yes! So I was very excited.
And as I leave my hostly duties to permanent host Kat, what will we be enjoying next season of the podcast? First impressions, please!
For our next episode, we'll be engaging our warp drive into the 24th century to join the crew on board the USS Enterprise as we discuss the most watched Star Trek series, The Next Generation. B, as our newbie, what do you know about the series?
I know there are 4 lights.
She's been saying this for years.
This is the one where it's from, right?
Yes, that is from this series. By the time we watch them all, maybe you'll be ready to admit that there are 5 lights.
There are 5 lights?
How did you hear about the 4 lights? I'm curious.
A best of television list years ago, maybe in high school.
Ah, okay. It's funny, I don't automatically think of that episode when I think of best episodes from the show, but I will include it so that way you can finally see where it's from.
Thank you. No one has known what I've been talking about for the past 2 years.
You haven't been talking to the right nerds.
Yeah.
Since we won't be tackling this show until the new year, and because there are so many great episodes to choose from, I'm still working out the viewing recommendations and wrangling a guest. We'll be posting the viewing requirements on our social media, so stay tuned for these coming in January. That's Blue SOX Circle on social media and thebluestockingcircle.com. So grab a cup of tea, Earl Grey, hot, and fire up your favorite holodeck program as we journey to the final frontier and explore strange new worlds. Make it so. Episode 29, Star Trek The Next Generation, will be released February 1st. In the meantime, you can find us at thebluestockingcircle.com. Follow us on Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, Pinterest, and pretty much everywhere else at Blue Sock Circle. That's Blue SOX Circle. Email us at thebluestockingcircle@gmail.com and join the conversation. You can also find us on Apple Podcast, Google Play, Spotify, and YouTube, so please rate, review, and subscribe to help us grow.
Cheers! I'm trying to do a Darcy voice in my head. It's not working out.
This is not working. As I leave my hostly duties to you, permanent ghost. Not permanent ghost.
Spooky.
She has extra duties.
For our next episode, we'll be engaging our warp drive into the 21st... Oh my god. No.
Firth. You're stuck on calling Firth.
I am. I've got him on my mind. Okay.